Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oswego State ACHA hockey for the weekend finale, three-game weekend on Sunday afternoon. I am Ben Grego on the play-by-play and color commentary, along with Jerry Pritchard on the camera. Oswego State lost their last game to Canisius College 6-5 in a really heartbreaker fashion. Couldn't come away with the win after leading 5-3 at one point. 6 different goal scorers for, five different goal scorers actually. And Luke, actually, I am looking at the wrong note sheet, that is why. Oswego State is coming off the loss to Canisius College, like I said, 6-5. Adam Marvin leads the team with 2 goals and 2 assists, along with Kyle McNamara, who leads with 1 goal and 2 assists. Mercyhurst University also coming off an overtime loss to RIT. I don't have the exact stats as the ACHA website has not been updated, but Mercyhurst University, also the Lakers, are 2-0-1 in the Collegiate Hockey Mid-America League, as the Lakers do enter the ice for the 3rd game of the season. Oswego State had a penalty-filled game last night for both teams, really, with a 5-minute major and a game misconduct coming at the end from Sean O'Neill, who is scratched tonight, and they suffered 2 goals during that penalty kill. Marvin is leading the team, along with Myers and McNamara, with 5 points each. Alex Galos did play yesterday, no official stats, like I said, but he is getting a rest today from head coach Chris Timmons, as Dan Parapesco will go in net to start. Team special plays units did all right, but their 5-on-3 gave them trouble giving up the goal. However, a shorthanded goal did come from C.J. Walsh to boost momentum. Team is now, like I said, heading 1-1 to the game with their first non-league game outside of the NECHL. However, on the other side, led by Thomas McKinnon, their head coach, Mercyhurst University had a loss against RIT in overtime. Their last recorded game, however, was September 28th against Niagara University and resulted in a 5-0 win. 5-4 shootout win. Matthew Fry had 2 assists, and William Carr had a goal and assist. Wager, their goaltender, faced 44 shots, stopping 40. Wager will be in net for Mercyhurst tonight with the afternoon matinee on Sunday. Starters for Mercyhurst University. Let me get my note sheet here. On offense are going to be number 16, Jonah Jobin, 24, Adam Nashino, and 19, Matthew Fry. Defending for Mercyhurst are going to be number 9, Tim Weisberger, number 7, Zachary Buckman. And in goal is going to be number 33, Billy Wager. Starters for Oswego State. It's a little bit of a mix-up. However, it is going to be the same defensemen of Chris Wands and Theo Cup. Like I said earlier, Dan Parapesco will be starting in net, and the starting forwards are going to be number 9, Chris Carey, number 15, Chase Nees, and number 21, Mike Lemieux. Chris Carey, the lone senior on the line with 2 first-year players, Chase Nees and Mike Lemieux, both sophomores, but both first-year Lakers. Parapesco, also a first-year Lakers, in his starting debut, he did play in the last couple minutes of the game against Cornell, resulting in the 6-1 victory. As we hear the official lineups for both teams from our public announcer in the background. The Lakers are looking to obtain a winning record heading into next weekend. Unfortunately, they will not be home, which means there will be no live broadcast from Jerry and I. However, they will be taking on Rutgers University 6-5 as we listen to the national anthem as we honor America. We are all set for some Oswego State ACHA hockey. Third game of the weekend, the afternoon matinee here at the Marano Campus Center in Oswego, New York. Still have not seen any NCAA games, however, the ice has gotten some fair use from the ACHA team. The NCAA team has their first game on October 20th. However, Oswego State ACHA hockey here on YouTube Live with your host Ben Greco, alongside Jerry Pritchard on the camera. Like I said earlier, however, the penalties did kill Oswego State as they lost by 1 goal, 6-5. Sean O'Neill did get a 5-minute major along with a game misconduct, and he is scratched tonight. Official heard it as a rumor, I should say, earlier in the day, but got official confirmation from the coaching staff of Oswego State between Chris Timmons and assistant coach Jordan Alhart after the lines were produced. Oswego State taking in the huddle to get some last-minute motivation from head coach Chris Timmons, hoping to take away the win and stay above 500. Mercyhurst looking to come back after an overtime loss yesterday against the Rochester Institute of Technology. Mercyhurst is on a long road trip. This is their second away game in a row, located in Pennsylvania, as the puck is getting ready to drop, and Mercyhurst comes away with it with Chase Nees at center. Mercyhurst takes possession in the back. Chase Nees, however, grabs the puck, able to grab it, and just passes it back to Cup. Cup dumps it in, looking to try to get to a forward. He does. He gets to Lemieux, but cannot get a stick on it as he fans. Chris Carey battles for it, along with Chase Nees around Mercyhurst. Cup with the puck, with the shot, and it hits the end of the pad, and Wands will grab the puck to recover and bring it back in order to get something started. Carey, once again, with a hit, gets knocked down by Mercyhurst. And Mercyhurst will take possession, but just dumps it in as they change lines. 19:20 left to go in the first period. Not a ton happening in the opening seconds. Nothing to report about. A hit from C.J. Walsh to knock Mercyhurst off the puck. Excuse me if I do say Lakers. Both teams, like I said, are the Lakers. I like to call this a little Laker showdown this afternoon. However, the Lakers in blue, now white, will come away with it. Almost a shot from Jay Chapman, but cannot get a stick on it. Oswego State will almost come away with it, as Jay Chapman cannot get there fast enough. It will be recovered by Tyler DeCoste of Mercyhurst. Timmons did change up the starting line for Oswego State, as you probably have noticed. You've been listening to the past couple broadcasts. He merely switched Chris Carey with Bobby Vasta. Probably a little more in-depth changes than just switching the two players. But however, the starting line was Chris Carey, Chase Nees, and Mike Lemieux. Usually it's yesterday and also Friday, it was Nick Matro, Sean Mooney, and Chris Carey. But that third line still heavily producing for Oswego State. That's been their key between Kyle McNamara, Luke Myers, and Adam Marvin, keeping them to the third line just to have that secret weapon, in my opinion. But as Oswego State will come away with the puck as it went out of bounds prior with 18:05 left to go in the opening period. No high stick called, as Oswego State did touch it. Oswego State's Brendan Wallace did touch it a little high. It was like we are going to have a stoppage in play. Oswego State able to come away with a puck after batting it out of the center. That was Luke Myers who was able to bat it out. And it's now with Max O'Mara. O'Mara tries to give it over to Kyle McNamara, but cannot connect. Oswego State comes away with possession in the corner as it's stumped down by Wallace. Not enough to get into their zone, but it's with Mercyhurst now. Lemieux comes away with the puck in the down corner, but taken away by Mercyhurst's William Carr. Theo Cup will be able to grab the puck, slides it down. Another shot from Cup as it hits the pads and goes into the net behind the glass with 16:58 remaining. Oswego State now with 2 shots on goal, shutting out Mercyhurst 0. Knees on the draw once again with Mercyhurst's Jonah Jobin. Wands passes back to Cup, and Cup up to Lemieux, who just tips it into the zone and gives it away to Mercyhurst. But recovered by Wands after a shot down from Daniel Stenzel of Mercyhurst. Stenzel passes it, but goes right into the stick of Chris Carey, but it will be recovered after he dumped it down by Billy Wager. It's going to be a high stick on Mercyhurst. Whistle was blown and just touched it a little too soon for the referee's liking. And there will be a face-off now on the near side of the Mercyhurst defensive zone. Almost a shot there from Chapin. Can't get it off, however, and C.J. Walsh has a shot, but it's also blocked by Mercyhurst. Defended well by Martin Simonek, who just dumps it into the zone. So with Simonek again as he gives it up to Jay Chapin, now C.J. Walsh. Glove down by Mercyhurst, but it is going to be given right to Oswego State. Sean Mooney will carry it up the ice and just dump it in over the goal as it's given Matro almost to Jay Chapin, but cannot get a stick on it right in front of the goaltender. Back to C.J. Walsh, who just dumps it in so he can change lines. Oswego State's forwards already changed, and the defense will change their lines now. Almost grabbed by Wallace, and now by McNamara. Cannot connect that to the goaltender. Now with Myers. Tries to pass it into the slot, blocked by Mercyhurst, and taken away once again by Wallace. Wallace gives it over through the legs of McNamara, I should say. But back with Wallace. To Myers. Now with Wallace, who gives it over to number 19, Ethan Weisberger. His first game as a Laker this season, being scratched the last 2. Dumped into the offensive zone for Mercyhurst, but Parapesco will just hold on to it for stoppage of play with 15:18 remaining in the opening period. Lakers still only with the 2 shots. Mercyhurst now has recorded a shot. Both goaltenders remaining perfect. Chase Nees showing off his speed once again. He cannot hold on to it as he just dumps it back in to recover. Now over to Carey, but Sean Nees will Chase Nees, will recover it. And Theo Cup dumps it in over to Carey once again. Tip by Mercyhurst. Wands with a shot. Almost tipped a little bit by Chase Nees, but it goes right into the chest of Wager with 14:50 left to go. Will be a face-off on the offensive dot for Oswego State on the far side. Theo Cup with it after Oswego State wins the draw. Chris Carey has a shot, but it's blocked by on the leg of Mercyhurst, and they will now recover. But Lemieux takes it back and passes it off to Cup after a little bit of battering around. Theo Cup with it once again. Passes up to Carey, out to Lemieux. Chase Nees to his side. And there, it is tipped after a shot from Lemieux, but it goes wide of the net as Lemieux will recover and gives it off to Martin Simonek, who just dumps it back in. Mercyhurst does bring it into the zone and will not come away with a shot there as it almost remains in the zone, but it is now cleared by Oswego State. And Mercyhurst will recover possession. Simonek with the puck now. And will try to get to Hubert, but it's blocked by the skate of Mercyhurst and passes it over to CJ Welsh, who had a shorthanded goal yesterday against Canisius College. Taken back by Simonek. Can't control it, however. It's brought back in by, kept in, I should say, by Mercyhurst. CJ Welsh tips the puck, holds on to it. Brings it in. Almost drops it off to number 22 of Oswego State, R.J. Smith. Sean Mooney tries to bury it into the bottom corner there, cannot come away with it as Max O'Mara tries to get it, but it's passed back into the defensive zone and stays with Oswego State. Jay Chapman now with the puck and over to Mooney. Mooney takes a shot and hits the pad of Wager, and Mercyhurst will get the rebound, avoiding any disaster. O'Mara taps it back over across. And there will be a stoppage in play. And it looks like it is going to actually be a too many men call for Mercyhurst. And Mercyhurst's Zachary Buckman will be serving the penalty. Lakers have their first power play opportunity of the game with 12:40 remaining in the first period. Oswego State was not able to convert on the power play, but like I said, did have the short-handed goal. Mercyhurst clears it early on as Matthew Fry tries to race down and get the puck, but Oswego State will recover with Chapin holding on to it. Chapin waiting for a full rush, and it's tipped by Fry. Fry now has possession. McNamara will hold on to the puck and gives it off to Adam Marvin. Adam Marvin with 2 goals yesterday and also 2 assists. Chapin over to McNamara, but it's intercepted and cleared down, and Parapesco will hold on to it. Long pass over to Myers, and now given back to Marvin. Marvin will take a will just skate in, actually. Looked like he was thinking about a shot, just couldn't get it off soon enough. Pass back to Cup and over to Myers. Myers back to Cup. Cup over to Marvin and back to Cup at the point. Looks like he wanted to shoot, and Myers almost has it. Cup with it once again. Well, playing a lot of pass there. Cup finally gets a shot off, but it does go wide, and Marvin recovers. Back to Cup with 40 seconds remaining on the penalty. Cup with it. Over to Myers, over to Marvin, and Marvin will take a shot, and it's just blocked by the pad of Wager, and Oswego State will recover. Myers holding on to it now. Myers and Cup switch spots. Just a wrist shot, hopefully for a rebound for Myers. Nothing able to stop there as it is hit too far away. Chapin with the puck. Mercyhurst does recover, but Carey will grab it. Now with Myers. Over to Cup. And now with Marvin. 3 seconds remaining on the penalty. 10:40 to go in the opening period. And Mercyhurst will come away with no damage. However, now with McNamara, who has a shot, but that goes wide. And Marvin does get to the puck. Tries to keep it in, but Cup will recover as Mercyhurst dumps it down. 10:27 remaining in the opening period. Still 0-0 after the power play. Oswego State cannot convert. So a little too much passing up at the top, not looking for the deflection, looking for an open shot at the point. However, Mercyhurst was able to stop everything. Only 1 registered shot on the power play, however. Mercyhurst able to hold on to it, but just hits it out from Oswego State. And he will bring it back into the zone. Hubert on his man, Paolo Civeliti. A shot and a goal from CJ Walsh. C.J. Walsh with 9:37 remaining in the opening period, the 7th shot of the game. Oswego State takes an early 1-0 lead. C.J. Walsh's back-to-back games with a goal now, a shorthanded, and an even strength goal. C.J. Walsh is listed as a defenseman at 6'4". However, we've seen some offensive production from him in the last couple of games. Always like to see that from your blue liners. And we will await official confirmation for an assist or assists, but we know fairly well that that was C.J. Walsh for the opening goal. Play resumes, and Mercyhurst will take the puck from Oswego State. But Oswego State recovers with Wands just slapping it in. Matro over to Mooney. And now with Chapin. Chapin also listed a defenseman, but looks to be playing offense today. Mooney with the puck. Give it over to Matro. Matro back to Wands. Wands jumps in and gives it over to Matro. Back to Mooney. Back to Matro in the near corner. Over to Mooney. Able to stick with it after being checked. And it goes back, passes it back to Matro with Theo Cup at the point. Takes a shot. Deflected. Cannot get it. And Mooney has a shot just stopped by Wager. But Oswego State will have it as Wands passes it over to Cup and over to Mooney. Mooney tries to get into Chapin, but it's stopped by Mercyhurst, and they will recover. Wands recovers the puck, however, and will just dump it in for a line change. Solid opportunity from the Lakers there, just could not get a firm stick on it. An outstanding goaltending from Wager. In his 3rd game of the year, did not play against RIT. Trying to slide to stop it was McNamara. No shot, however, sacrificing the body there. And Oswego State gives up a shot, bouncing puck, but it goes wide of the net. Oswego State recovers, and it's tipped over to Myers. Myers takes a wrist shot, blocked in the pads by Wager. No one there to help recover. However, Oswego State recovers with Martin Simnek taking the puck at the blue line. Now over with Marvin. Into McNamara, just couldn't get a stick on it or handle it to shoot it. C.J. Walsh with a slap shot, goes into the pads after deflecting into Wager's body. That's Billy Wager for goaltending. Oswego State now with 11 shots. Mercyhurst still only with their 1 earlier in the period. Still awaiting the assist from our statistician and public announcer down at ice level. Oswego State almost comes away with it, and Dudu with a shot from Lemieux, but it does not even hit Wager as Mercyhurst recovers. C.J. Walsh gets knocked down, cannot hold on to his puck, and it is tipped by Mercyhurst, and they will recover into the defensive zone. Carrying now with the puck. The C.J. Walsh goal was assisted by Guillaume Herbert from Quebec, Canada. Jordan Allhart, the assistant coach of Oswego State, actually, I asked for a pronunciation on his name, and he goes, "Let me get back to you on that because he is from Quebec and it's French, and I do not want to murder it." Still have not received confirmation, but we're trying our hardest up here at the Steve Lovey Press Box in Morano Campus Center. Oswego State recovers the puck with Semek, just dumping it into Wager. Cannot hold on to it as he just blocks it off, and Oswego State will recover with knees. And now a shot from Oswego State's R.J. Smith. Oswego State just dumping it back in to get some changes as Mercyhurst will recover. And R.J. Smith with a little bit of forecheck, but it is going to be an icing as 3 Oswego State Lakers beat Mercyhurst University Lakers to the puck. Guillaume Herbert, also a first-year Laker from Quebec, the freshman playing on the 4th line for Oswego State. The highest number for the Lakers at 37. Does not go off sides, but Mercyhurst does come away with it, with Ryan Redman bringing it up and just dumping it in, wrapping it around behind the net. Tipped by Redman into the chest of Parapesco, but he's able to see it and stop it. Mercyhurst now with 2 shots with 5:40 remaining. In the opening period, Lakers lead over Mercyhurst 1-0. Excuse me, Oswego State Lakers lead over the Mercyhurst Lakers. A little ironic for Mercyhurst as they are actually not near a lake, a little deceptive. However, here we are. Oswego State right on Lake Ontario, some dorms merely 5 feet from the edge. Shot by Parapesco, to Parapesco, excuse me, but it is stopped. A broken stick by Mercyhurst. Do not see that often in collegiate hockey, and he will have to get a new one. Jay Chapman stops the puck with his body and gives it over to Sean Mooney. Over to Matro. Now Daniel Stenzel. Shoots it down, but it's stopped by Max O'Mara and passes it up to Matro. Stopped by Mercyhurst's Jonah Jobin, trying to give it over to Wands. Slap shot stopped by Parapesco, who's caught a little off balance after that. Wasn't fully on his skates. Able to recover the position, however, as he hits it to the side. And Mercyhurst still remains scoreless. Matthew Fry from Mercyhurst brings it up, but goes off after trying to get a pass, but Oswego State recovers with O'Mara, and then also Ethan Weisberger in his opening game of the season. Hebert recovers the puck after knocking down Mercyhurst's Tim Weisberger, but cannot recover, but O'Mara will recover in the neutral zone and pass around with Oswego State's Weisberger. 2 Lakers, 2 Weisbergers on the team, as Myers has a shot in the slot, but stopped by Wager. Wallace will recover and accidentally goes off sides, but passes it over to CJ Walsh, who brings it up. Walsh takes a wrist shot, bouncing, and goes off the plastic of the rim, actually, and bounces back into center, but Mercyhurst will recover. Ryan Redmond brings it up, cannot hold on to it, as Simonek knocks him off the puck, but it is stopped after a pass by Myers. Myers trying to get around a couple defensemen now. Unsuccessfully. Mercyhurst recovers the puck. It will remain with the puck after Oswego State tried to bat it. And Simonek does stop Ryan Redmond from getting a stick on the one-timer, from getting the shot off. Marvin with a slap shot, not able to convert, hits the pads of Wager. Also with McNamara taking a shot, but that goes over the goalie. Oswego State, Mercyhurst University, taking the puck in fast. Tries to get a shot off, but once again, a stick lift, and no shot is given. Hits McNamara in the legs after a shot, goes down for a second, comes right back up, and continues to defend. A tip over the net, does not hit Parapesco. Marvin now with it, just a little bit ahead of McNamara as that goes out of play and will remain in the offensive zone for Oswego State in the far circle. .235 remaining in the opening period, a much quicker period than we saw in the first couple periods for Oswego State versus Canisius, with an onslaught of penalties. That on yesterday. 15 shots to 4 in Oswego State's advantage with 2:30 remaining, 1-0 Oswego State. Cup wins the race to the puck and passes it off to Mike Lemieux, but just dumps it in and gives it to Oswego to Mercyhurst. Not exactly sure what the stoppage in play is for. Referee saw something he did not like. And it is going to be a delay of game on Mercyhurst University. Number 22, Adam Nelson, with 2:21 remaining. Oswego State on their second power play of the game. And Oswego State will enter their offensive zone, one man up. Not successful on the first one. A lot of passing near the point, and they will attempt to take a larger lead into the second period. Myers at center, the third line out for Oswego State, the offensive line that they are. Chapin back at the point with the puck. And there's a shot, but blocked by Wager. Now with Martin. Over to Myers and back to Martin at the far boards. Martin tries to give it back to him, but cannot as Jay Chapin holds on. And it is cleared by Chapin. Not what you want to see from Oswego State offense, however. McNamara cleared it, and Jay Chapin will recover. Chris Carey will bring up the puck. Tries to get a shot off, cannot. And will pass it back to Chapin. Chapin with a wrist shot and blocked by McNamara and goes on to Mercyhurst's stick, but it's blocked once again by Carey to keep it in the zone. McNamara with it, over to Marvin, back to McNamara, cannot get the one-timer off as it's cleared by Mercyhurst. 1 minute remaining on the penalty, 1:21 left to go in the opening period, 1-0, Oswego State over Mercyhurst. Chapin with the puck behind his goaltender, trying to get a full man rush going in the last seconds of the power play, but it is cut off by Mercyhurst. Nick Mitchell recovers. No offsides. There's a little close there for Mike Lemieux. Mike Lemieux now with the puck and passes it back to Cup. Cup over to Mooney. Back to Cup. Cup shoots it. Hit the pads of Billy Wager and hits it to the side. With Oswego State's Matro once again, now to Lemieux and back to Cup. Cup wanted to shoot, did not, nothing there, and we'll go over to Mooney. Mooney over to Matro, back to Mooney, over to Chris. Theo Cup, and now with Nees, who takes a shot in the slot, blocked by Mercyhurst, and Mercyhurst will kill the penalty, and returns to even strength once again unharmed. Lemieux with the puck as he recovers. Pass it back to Cup. And Mike Lemieux now chases after the puck after tipping it himself and will recover. Just out of reach for Hebert as time expires for the first period here at the Morano Craven Center. Oswego State 1, Mercyhurst University 0. We'll head into the first intermission with the Lakers up. Parapesco with 4 saves. Oswego State Lakers with 17 shots on goal in the period. We will be back momentarily with some official stats, including the goals, any penalties or shots that we might have missed on YouTube Live with Oswego State ACHA Hockey at the Morano Campus Center Ice Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena at Oswego State University. I'm Ben Garrigo alongside cameraman Jerry Pritchard. Getting ready for some second period action, but first we'll just take you through the first period. Oswego State up 1-0 after a CJ Walsh goal from Guillaume Herbert. Oswego State up 1-0 like I just said. CJ Walsh's second goal of the season, had one yesterday in the loss to Canisius College after they lost 6-5. 3 minutes until the players eventually do come out. Oswego State with the heavy shot advantage, having 17 shots in the opening period compared to Mercyhurst's 4. Dan Parapezco, in his starting debut for the Lakers, played in the first game for the last couple of minutes. However, playing his first start, the first-year Laker himself, a junior from Deer Park, New York, Parapezco stopped all 4 to start in the opening 20 minutes. As our Zamboni driver drives by, cleaning up the ice for the middle period. Oswego State's next games after today are Rutgers University, October 5th and 6th, next weekend at Rutgers, another couple conference matchups in the NECHL. We will not be traveling down to New Jersey with the team, however, we will be back the next weekend when they return to Oswego State for 2 or 3 straight weekends. I'll have to get an official confirmation on that. Mercyhurst University will face Adrian College. Their next games, however, are on October 13th and 14th at Adrian. Oswego State preparing to come out in the next couple of seconds here. But Oswego State holding on to the 1-0 lead. I had previously mentioned the past couple times. Most likely the same starting lineups, as they seem to work out well for both teams, really, despite giving up 1 goal. I should say, despite Mercyhurst giving up 1 goal. Dan Parapezco able to stop some deflected and bouncing shots early on in the period, despite how many he actually did face. Billy Wager stopping 16 of the 17 shots. CJ Walsh's wrist shot on the right side of the goal was just too perfect, as they like to say. Referees are putting the goals back, at least one of them. The linesman putting back the one where Dan Parapezco will be situated for the second period. A couple Lakers making their debut tonight, including number 19, Ethan Weisberger. Weisberger, his first game of the year. "30 seconds until the buzzer will go off for the end of the middle intermission, as the Oswego State Lakers line up at the door to come out. Oswego State was down 1-0 was down 1-0 at the end of the first period against Cornell. But now they feel the opposite here as they lead 1-0 and try to keep it. Dan Parapezco will lead his team out for the beginning of the second period as the Lakers showdown, quite literally, as a trophy, or a makeshift trophy, is a ship wheel, and whoever wins takes the trophy home. Unsure of last year's results, as the ship wheel is presented in front of the scoring table, assigned to both teams what is next. Lakers on the ice as Mercyhurst's coaches will walk across. We're waiting for the Lakers in blue rather, as they are getting some last-minute pep talking in from most likely the captains. Faced a similar situation yesterday against Canisius at the end of the second period, where even the coaches hadn't come out yet. And we were waiting for, I'd say, a solid 2.5 minutes for even the coaches come out, and then another 1.5 minutes for the team to come out. Being down 5-3 at the end of 2 is not in Canisius' favor. However, like I said, they were able to come back and win 6-5 in the last couple of minutes, as the Mercyhurst Lakers enter the ice led by Wager. Backup goaltender helping out Wager a little bit, bringing his water bro out, Justin Nevinger, who played yesterday in his debut for Mercyhurst in the 2-1 overtime loss. Might I add, the slick pads of Dan Parapesco in for Oswego State, the matte black, as we have previously mentioned against Cornell a couple of games ago, adding a nice contrast to the white jerseys of Oswego State. Same defensive line opening up, but it is going to be a couple of different forwards for Oswego State. It's going to be Chris Carey, Jay Chapin, Sean Mooney, and Nick Matro. Chapin, like I said, originally listed as a defenseman, now playing forward as we drop the puck and are underway here at the Marano Campus Center for the middle period. Oswego State comes away with it as Chris Wands tried to bring it in, but it's stopped by Paolo Civiliti. Cup now with the puck in the Lakers zone. Passes it off to Matro. Tries to give it to Chapin, but it's eventually tipped to Mooney, who just tosses it in the zone. But Mercyhurst will recover and toss it into their zone. Cup now with the puck. Passes it off to Matro. Cannot hold it, but Wands is there to recover and brings it into the zone. Dumps it in, and the defenders will change lines. Matro tries to get it, but cannot hold it in the zone as Mercyhurst recovers and brings it in. Now with Adam Nishino. Back to the defense and Nishino again. Over to Fry. Fry passes it in the middle over to Nishino, but cannot get a stick on it. And Oswego State and Mercyhurst will fight for the puck. Over to CJ Walsh, the only goal scorer so far in the game, helping the Lakers take a 1-0 lead. Walsh over to Simonek. Simonek passes up to Jay Chapin, but cannot get a stick on it as it goes into the zone of Mercyhurst with Luke Myers forechecking. Goes into Mercyhurst bench with 18:13 remaining in the second period, and it looks like it'll go into Oswego State's defensive zone on the near side. Last minute defensive change for Oswego State. Almost had 7 players on the ice. You don't want 6 men, let alone 7. Over to Marvin, but is cut off by Mercyhurst, who takes a shot in and goes into the chest, but it cannot. But Parapesco cannot hold onto it. Mercyhurst defense puts blocked by Nick McNamara and dumped in Myers to Marvin, Cannot gets a shot off, but it's blocked by Wager. McNamara over to Marvin. Tries to get it to Myers, cannot. Oswego State almost holds on to it, with Weisberger almost tipping it back into the zone. And Mercyhurst with a shot, Ryan Redman, but it goes wide. Mercyhurst now with Wager, but cannot convert. As it's now with Marvin behind the net. Marvin tries to get to a teammate and gets it over to McNamara, but McNamara tips it, only to go to Jake Peters of Mercyhurst. Now with Wands, over to Cup. Back to Wands on the near side. Who gives it over to Lemieux, tries to get it to Carey, just a little too far of a bank pass for him. Myers a little for a check, able to stop the puck. Passes, tries to give it over to Carey, but cannot get a stick on it. Cup with a shot, and it's blocked and does not even touch Wager as it's hit into the neutral zone. Wands recovers and just dumps the puck. Cup racing back for it, and so is Wands, along with Mercyhurst's Nate Shemo. But Wands does recover, races up the ice with Chris Carey right behind him. Gets it through to the defender, shot, and it's stopped by Wager. Almost goes in the net after trickling by after a diving Wager. There is a penalty, however, called, and it is going to be interference on Chris Carey. Mercyhurst on their first power play of the game. This hurt Oswego State yesterday against Canisius College in the 6-5 loss. And for the next 2 minutes, Oswego State will be shorthanded, barring Mercyhurst does not score. Herberg wins the faceoff. Back to Simonek. Simonek cannot clear as he cannot make connection on the puck, and Mercyhurst will stick with it. Mercyhurst tries to get into the slot, but it's tipped by Brennan Wallace and goes over the cage and goes into the corner. Mercyhurst will recover. It is cleared by C.J. Walsh after a nice slap shot and goes all the way down to Wager behind his own cage. Mercyhurst not able to stop it before then. Down the ice now and goes, it looked like it went out of play into the bench as Navinger, the backup goaltender, ducked out of the way. But it goes into the zone. And there is going to be a penalty now on Mercyhurst. On their captain. It's going to be Jonah Jobin. It's going to be a 2-minute penalty. Not exactly sure what the call was. Might be boarding or roughing. Looking at a couple of the players. We have some 4-on-4 action for the next at least minute 12. And Oswego State will be able to go into power play with 15:20 left after a minute. It is a roughing call, not a boarding call, as it's cleared down the ice, and it will be icing as Wands and Cup both beat Matthew Fry to the puck. 4-on-4 hockey. 14:52 left in the opening period. 14:52 left in the opening period. 42 seconds left on the Lakers penalty, and 1:30 left on Mercyhurst's. Looks like a little confusion maybe on the time of the actual whistle. And it looks like they're just going to add a mere second, so there's 14:53 left. And the clock is not going. Now it is. As Oswego State will come away with the puck with Cup. Cup just dumps it in, hits Wager in the chest, and he will hold on to it. 14:39 remaining in the middle period. 29 seconds left on the Laker penalty. 1:17 on Mercyhurst's. 6 shots now for Mercyhurst. A couple more shots in the period. 21 for the Lakers. 4 shots already for Oswego State. Cup tries to battle for the puck and get it, but gets it. But Mercyhurst able to come away with it as Joey Ayadamako comes away with it. But Wands with the puck now races up the ice with 10 seconds left on the penalty. Carey ready to come out. Wands with a shot into the pads. Wager will hold on to it, however, stopping the play with 14:14 remaining in the period. 4 seconds left on the Carey penalty, and 52 left on Jonah Jobins. Chris Carey anticipating coming out, standing up, getting ready to jump out in 4 seconds as soon as the puck is dropped. Chris Carey does come out, so Lakers will be on the power play. Chris Carey will not change lines as he comes out and will play on the near side. Marvin holds onto the puck and slides it over to Myers, back to Chapin. Chapin loses it a little bit, but it's recovered by Carey, who will skate in the defensive zone now. 23 seconds remaining on the power play. McNamara dumps it in, stopped by Wager. Almost gives it to a Oswego State player, but it's recovered by Mercyhurst. And now Marvin is fighting for it. shot in from Luke Myers. Only a couple seconds left on the power play. Nothing doing for the Lakers on this one as Mercyhurst returns to even strength. Chris Carey now with it in the far corner. Passes it back to Myers. Myers slides it in, but it's blocked by Mercyhurst. Carey with the puck. Knocked off of it. But Oswego State recovers with a shot from McNamara, which goes wide. Mercyhurst gains the puck and starts to dump it. Goes offside. So Mercyhurst will have to dump it in, but Jay Chapman recovers for Oswego State. And passes it up to Chris Carey. Chris Carey skating up the ice now. Gets it around his player, but is tripped up. No call there as Mercyhurst recovers. RJ Smith knocks his player off the puck. However, it looks like it might even be a penalty. RJ Smith going to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. 12:31 remaining in the middle period. 22 shots for the Lakers, 6 for Mercyhurst. Lakers on the penalty kill for the second time. Mercyhurst runs the face-off and passes it along the point. That would Tim Weisberger. Weisberger has a shot, but it just goes wide after deflection. And they will recover. Stopped by Perepesco after a shot from Weisberger through some traffic, but he recovers again after he goes into the corner and after a couple passes. Shot from Mercyhurst's Paolo Civiloti. I apologize for saying his name wrong. However, it is stopped by Perepesco. .134 remaining on the penalty as the puck is dropped and shot, but blocked by a couple players there. Lots of passing for Mercyhurst. Not a ton of shot, and there is a shot, but it's blocked by Cup, who just clears it down the ice. Almost gloved down by Tyler DeCose, but cannot get firm possession. 1:10 remaining on the penalty, 11:40 to go in the middle period. Almost stopped by Chase Knees as Chris Wands gets to it a little bit, but cannot as Paolo Civiloti holds on to it and shoots. Wands now dumps it over a little bit, but Mercyhurst does recover. Mercyhurst still with it at the point. And we'll just dump it in. Recovered by Wands, almost clears it, but it's stopped by a diving Civiloti with 30 seconds remaining on the penalty now. 11 minutes even to go in the period. Cup clears it down the ice, gets it past Tyler DeCose, and there's 18 seconds remaining on the penalty as both lines will change. 10:45 remaining in the period. A couple more shots from Mercyhurst on this power play. Still not able to beat Perepesco, even with a couple deflections and all. 5 seconds remaining on the penalty. Oswego State returns to even strength with Mercyhurst in their offensive zone, and it's blocked by Oswego State's Sean Mooney, sacrificing the body there a little bit after sliding. He will remain on the ice. Mercyhurst now with possession of it, and looks to keep possession after a shot. Oh, and almost tipped by Mercyhurst. It is going to be icing. It is going to be icing after Jay Chapman was racing to get to the puck for Oswego State with Wager diving on it. Wager wants the puck to be dropped in the offensive zone since Wager did dive on it, but it will come back to the Lakers zone despite the pleading. Oswego State wins the puck, and it'll go to Weisberger. Held by Mercyhurst, and then over to Mooney. With Mooney. Attempts to clear it out of the zone by banking off the glass, but cannot as Wands goes back for it. But he's beaten out by Carl Natal of Mercyhurst. Mooney races up the ice with it. Just dumps it in. But it will be grabbed and retained by Weisberger, who just dumps it back in. Now with Myers. Pass to O'Mara. Cannot get a stick on it, however. And it'll go back to Mercyhurst, who just clears it down the ice. No icing. Parapesco has the puck. And just slaps it behind the net, avoiding giving it to a Mercyhurst player as Luke Myers, as well as Weisberger, bring it up with McNamara now having the puck. Over to Myers. Now with Marvin, cannot get a firm stick on it. No shot given, or no shot taken rather. And Mercyhurst will retain the puck. O'Mara now. Over to Weisberger. Up to Myers after a tip, who just clears it out of the zone. Could be an icing. Marvin, however, beats him to the puck after a diving player. Number 23, Eric McKenzie. Not able to retain possession, however, are the Lakers of Oswego State. A little bit of confusion there. Lost the puck. Almost into Parapesco's pads, but it's stopped by C.J. Walsh before it got too far. A shot from Jake Peters, but it's stopped by Parapesco with 8:24 remaining in the second period. Oswego State still with a heavy shot advantage, 22 shots, not as many early on, but Mercyhurst still only has 9. Nees loses the face-off, but Oswego State almost able to recover with Carey there. Goes out of the zone, but Oswego State will have it. C.J. Walsh tries to dump it, but it's blocked. Sibinek with a hit onto the boards, grabs the puck, tries to give it to Carey. Cannot. No one gets the stick out except Mercyhurst. And given over to Lemieux, who gives it up to Nees. Nees loses the puck but recovers. And passes it off to Carey. Carey cannot hold on to it, but Marvin will recover it and just dump it into the end boards. Nees now with a hit, knocking his player off the puck. And there is going to be a penalty after Nees, as well as Mercyhurst. Cannot see the exact number. It looks like number 20. Yep, number 26, William Carr, go at it just a little bit way after the puck left them. And a little talking now for both players. A little too much talking. Mercyhurst coach not thrilled with Carr's response to Nees as he points to the bench and says, "Get in." It is going to be 4-on-4. The penalties will be offsetting as Chapin and Matthew Fry return to the net. We will await official confirmation of what the exact penalties are. My guesses would be interference, misconduct, or roughing. Depends how the referees feel about it. Oswego State wins the puck. Back to Cup. Passes it over to Mooney, back to Cup. Cup takes a shot into the pads of Wager, but it's stopped and given back to Mercyhurst. Cup with the puck once again. He'll almost bring it up himself, but just dumps it in after crossing the center line. And give it back to Mercyhurst, who will hold on to it now. Mercyhurst does hold on to it and skates around in their defensive zone just a little too much. 1:15 left on the penalties. Matro hit a little high, loses the puck, but Mercyhurst recovers. 6:40 remaining in the second period. Myers now with the puck, tries to get around his defender, hip checked off the puck as he just passes it back to Juan, who gives it back to Myers. Myers dives and hits it over to Cup. Cup with a shot into the chest of Wager. Both lines will change. There's 53 seconds remaining on the penalty. 6:27 remaining in the period. Both penalties are listed as roughing. Both Knees and Carr. Myers now with the puck. Gives it to Marvin right in front. Cannot get the shot off, however, as Mercyhurst recovers. And almost a 2-0 lead for the Lakers. A beautiful pass from Myers over to Marvin. There is going to be a penalty on Oswego State hooking on Adam Marvin. And there is a low battery on a camera. I do apologize. We just lost the camera. However, that's why we have a backup. However, I am still with you, at least in the radio aspect. No visual quite yet. 6:13 remaining in the period, excuse me. Oswego State now on the 4-on-3 penalty kill after Marvin's penalty. However, in 35 seconds, we return to 5-on-4. Visuals are back. We will be sure to charge the other battery. Mercyhurst holds on to it with a slap shot into Perepesco's chest, and he's able to stop it. 19 seconds remaining on the original penalties between Knees and Carr. 1:40 remaining on the Marvin hook. 5:53 remaining in the period. Oswego State grabs the puck. CJ Walsh will just dump it into the offensive zone, banking it off the wall, and Wager will hold on to it. Just a couple seconds remaining in the original penalty. Stopped by Perepesco after a couple sliding players. Carr and Knees return back into play. Knees hit along the boards as he returns to the bench. Chris Timmons wants a penalty, gets nothing. Carr returned to his bench right after the penalty. And it looks like there might be another penalty, or at least offsides. I apologize, I was watching the confrontation between Timmons and one of the referees. And it looks like it's going to go back into the neutral zone. 1 minute remaining on the Marvin penalty, and 5:13 remaining in the period. Five-on-4 hockey for the next 45 seconds as Mercyhurst brings it in, but is stopped up by Cup, who clears it out, and Mercyhurst has to go back. Mercyhurst skating around now. He passes it back to Jonah Jobin. Gives the pack over to a teammate. It's behind the goal now. Shot, and not a broken stick, but just completely misses the puck. Hit a little bit too much ice as Hubert clears the puck, most likely to end the power play for Mercyhurst. 5 seconds remaining, 4:15 remaining in the period. A long pass. Wands recovers, and Oswego State returns to even strength. Mercyhurst is racing in, however. Almost gets a shot off, but nothing doing after it's stopped by Weisberger. McNamara slides, trips over himself, and he goes out of the zone for Mercyhurst. 3:50 remaining in the middle period. And there is going to be a penalty on Mercyhurst. A very obvious trip. Players not happy about it. At least on the Oswego State side. Tim Weisberger, Mercyhurst's own Weisberger, compared to Oswego State's Ethan, will head to the bench. Mercyhurst once again on the penalty kill. 3:50 remaining in the period. Oswego State leading 1-0. Cup with the puck. Passes it up to Mooney, who gives it back to Cup. But Mercyhurst Shemo is able to clear the zone. Mooney now with it. Mooney around the defender, gets it into the zone, looks for a pass. Just skating with it now, holding on to it, and it's given over to Lemieux behind the net, back to Mooney, and over to Cup at the point. Cup tries to get to Mooney, goes over the stick and over to Lemieux. Behind the goal, cannot get a pass off as it clears the zone with 1:25 remaining in the period. Parapesco dives a little bit, or slides a little bit rather, to stop the puck. 1:20 now remaining, 3:05 remaining in the middle period. Oswego State still leading 1-0. Lemieux tries to get it off his skate into the zone to get around the defender, almost gets it, but Chase Nees recovers back to Cup. Over to Mooney. Mooney can't hold on to it, but Mooney recovers after a little bit battering around there. Over to Lemieux, and now with Cup. Cup back to Lemieux. Lemieux tries to cross the ice, cannot stop by Mercyhurst defender, and is given back to Mooney. Cup over all the way to Matro. Matro takes a shot, just goes wide, tries to get to Mooney to one-time it into the open net, just a little too hard. 35 seconds remaining on the penalty, and 2:25 remaining in the period with Cup behind the net. Cup just skating around with it now, letting his team get ready. Now with Marvin. Marvin cannot hold on to it. Mercyhurst will clear with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty. Recovered by McNamara behind his net. And it's dropped off for Chapin, who gives it up to Carey. Carey now trying to skate up with it. A little bumpy ride up there as Mercyhurst, returns to even strength, and they will clear it into the neutral zone. Almost into the open door, of the Mercyhurst bench, but Oswego State recovers with Myers. Trying to give to Carey, but it's tipped to Mercyhurst. Chapin. Over to Myers. Myers up to Marvin with 1:30 remaining in the period. Just tipping it into the zone. Chapin with it again. Once again, over to Myers. Myers just flicks it up into the open ice. And there's no icing as he got up there, as Mercyhurst was a little too close to it. And McNamara will recover onto Marvin's stick. Marvin holds on to it, shoots, tries to get it into Hubert, but cannot get a stick on it into Wager. A couple players fall down, two couple for Oswego State and one for Mercyhurst. Marvin tries to get a stick on it, cannot, right in front of Wager, as we are under 1 minute in play in the second period with Martin Simonek holding on to it. Mercyhurst holds on to the puck. 38 seconds remaining in the period. Oswego State still leading 1-0. Wallace banks it up to now R.J. Smith, who has a shot into Wager and hit to the side. 20 seconds now remaining. R.J. Smith on his defender along with C.J. Walsh, who keeps it in with 10 seconds remaining in the period and counting. A little bit of scrum right in front of the Oswego State bench, and it looks like they want to just try to keep it there until the end of the period. And they are, as the time expires. Oswego State 1, Mercyhurst University 0 at the end of 40 minutes. No goals in this period. Oswego State still up after now 25 shots compared to Mercyhurst 12. A little more of a physical game, a couple more penalties, a little bit of roughing from Nees and Carr. See if that has any retaliation in the third period or if the players have cooled down. You're listening to the Oswego State ACHA hockey against Mercyhurst University on YouTube Live. We'll be back in a couple more short minutes to be back for the third regulation period. Welcome back to Oswego State ACHA Hockey on YouTube Live. I'm Ben Greco alongside cameraman Jerry Pritchard. You're in for a treat if you're just tuning in to the third period of Oswego versus Mercyhurst University. Oswego State leads 1-0 after an early goal in the first period from CJ Walsh, assisted by Guillaume Hebert. Players are getting ready to exit the locker room, so at least Oswego State is, as they look to finish the game in the lead at least, after leading through 40. Oswego State still heavy on the shot total, not as many shots as in the first period. 25 shots in the opening, or between the first two periods at least, compared to Mercyhurst's 12. Billy Wager of Mercyhurst University has stayed strong, allowing only the one goal. Dan Parapesco, however, remaining equally strong, stopping all 12 shots so far that he has faced. The slick black pads that us in the broadcast booth have commented on just about one too many times. Referees have hit the ice as we wait for the teams to exit the locker rooms as time expires for the intermission, getting ready for the third and regulation period. Yesterday, Oswego State had a 5-3 lead heading into the third period. Unfortunately, lost the lead when they lost 6-5 in the last couple of minutes. They could not hold on to it. Tried to send it to overtime in the last couple seconds, but there was nothing doing. Oswego State is all out, and we don't have to wait for Mercyhurst this time, as they are following right behind, as they should have, hopefully the first time, but nothing long, little longer pep talk. Not as many fans as there were on Friday night, at least. There's a good group Friday night, and a decent group Saturday night. A good amount of away fans, just with how close Cornell is to Oswego State. I'd say about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Canisius a little farther, about 2.5 hours, maybe a little less, but still a good amount of fans there. Mercyhurst in Pennsylvania with their faithful fans, a couple parents, next on the right of the broadcast booth. I just want to inform, if we do have some away team fans listening, thank you for tuning in as well. And also thank you all to the Oswego State fans that have tuned in this afternoon for the weekend finale of Oswego State's 3-game weekend. Next weekend they will head to Rutgers University. Unfortunately, we will not be broadcasting, but we will try to see if Rutgers has some sort of team. Puck is dropped as Luke Myers as well as Mercyhurst's Jake Peters face off, and Mercyhurst comes away with the puck and brings in the offensive zone. There's an attempted pass, but it's stopped by Oswego State, and Mercyhurst will recover, to be recovered by Marvin. Marvin tries to get a shot, like a lofted pass, if you will, but they go offside after it's blocked by Mercyhurst, and Oswego State will recover with Cup, passing over to Wands, who takes a shot right into Wager from the red line, right into the pads. If he had gotten down if he had stayed up just a couple seconds longer, that probably would have went in. Mercyhurst, however, brings it back into the zone, with Wands knocking with his player, Ryan Redmond, off the puck. Marvin now with the puck. In close, tries to take the shot, but it's stopped by Wager, who will hold the puck. A little post-game shoving between Myers and Tim Weisberger. However, from the looks of things, no penalties will be assessed. Face-off now to the near side in the Oswego Lakers offensive zone. Once again, this is a Lakers showdown with a trophy and everything, a makeshift ship wheel. Battle of the Lakers, and the winner will take home the trophy as well as a win. Obviously, the win a little more important than the wooden ship wheel than I would think, but every sport has their traditions. Oswego State recovers the puck and holds it in the back with Jay Chapman looking for a player to pass to, and gives it over to Mooney. Mooney now goes over to Nick Matro, who races up the ice and holds on to it. Tips it back to Mooney, looking for a pass, but is knocked off the puck as Mercyhurst grabs it. And Casey Noise will take the puck up, but it is shot into Parapescu, who stops it. Mercyhurst recovers with another leg pad by Parapezco. Mercyhurst, holding on to the puck in the corner. Eventually comes away with it, but Oswego State does give it away after recovering quickly. Simonek knocks his player off the puck and will recover and hold on to it, with Matro just hitting it into their offensive zone, only to be stopped by Eric McKenzie of Mercyhurst. Noyes brings it in now. Hits off the post behind Parapezco, able to stop it though. And O'Mara will take the puck at the side and just dump it out of the zone into the neutral zone where Mercyhurst will take it. Right next, and it's flown into right next to Parapezco. He won't touch it as CJ Walsh grabs it. But Oswego State now has possession as Nees takes it and shows off his speed once again to get around a couple defenders, but just loses it and goes offside. Three Lakers from Oswego State fighting for the puck now. Nees almost has it, but loses it and gives it to Lemieux, who just shoots it in, but it's taken by Eric McKenzie. Chase Nees tries to grab the puck, but it's grabbed by O'Mara in the neutral zone, who just dumps it in once again. It is going to be a high stick on Mercyhurst, their second of the game, and it's going to go on the right side of wager. 16:41 left in the regulation period. Oswego State still leading Mercyhurst 1-0. Luke Myers is going to take the face-off against Jonah Jobin. Mercyhurst wins the face-off, but Oswego State takes the puck back. A little back and forth, and now Mercyhurst has possession. Racing up the ice now, trying to tie this game up, is Jonah Jobin himself, who has a wide open shot, but cannot get a stick on the puck as Luke Myers races up with a one-on-one opportunity. He stops, takes a shot, takes a pass, and tries to give it over to Wands, but cannot get a stick on it as well. Marvin takes a shot, but it's gloved down by Wager. A couple close opportunities for Oswego State, and a much closer opportunity for Jonah Jobin of Mercyhurst, but cannot tie the game. Oswego State trying to take a two-goal advantage, but cannot get a shot off or get one past Wager. Great about 30 seconds of action there for both teams. Exactly what you want to see in a third period, especially in a one-goal game. Myers has the puck in the far corner now and gives over to Marvin. Marvin passes it, tries to give it to McNamara, but cannot get a stick on it to tap it in. Marvin now tries to get it in front. Does. Shot over to Myers, right over the net in an open net. Might have been a little goaltender interference had it gone in, but now there's a stoppage in play. A cross-check penalty. Have to see who it's on. And it is on Kyle McNamara. Kyle McNamara with the cross-check with 16:03 left in the period. Mercyhurst goes back on the power play for now. Couple opportunities for Oswego State early in this period to try to take a two-goal lead, but cannot hit the back of the net, as Wallace clears it down the ice with Hubert chasing after Noyes. Mercyhurst calls for the puck, but it's tipped and given to Oswego State, who dumps it back down the ice with 1:32 remaining on the penalty with 15:33 remaining in the period. A little bit of body contact there between Hubert and McKenzie, when Mercyhurst will come back with the puck. Hubert clears it once again. Wager grabs it behind his net. And Oswego State will change their lines along with Mercyhurst University. off the skates of Jobin, losing possession of a little bit, but recovers and holds onto it with Chase Nees right on him. Wands now tries to get in front of his offensive forward, against the opposing offensive forward, excuse me, but he's able to clear it as well with 40 seconds remaining on the penalty. Not a shot registered yet by Mercyhurst on the penalty, as RJ Smith recovers and shoots it down into Wager, who passes it behind his cage. Nees now with a little bit of a forecheck to try to keep the puck in their zone. Cannot, as Mercyhurst brings the puck into their zone. Dumps it in with a shot from Tim Weisberger, but it's saved by Parapezgo for the only shot of the power play, as the Lakers return to even strength. 14 minutes even remaining in the period. Luke Myers has the puck, tries to get up to Marvin, but it's a little bit too weak of a pass, and Mercyhurst will dump it in, looking for an icing, but Mercyhurst, Nate Shemo beats out Cup for the puck. Play will resume, but Oswego State has it. Marvin back to Cup. Wands almost won it, but just skated right by it. But Cup will hold on to it. Over to McNamara. McNamara over to Marvin. Marvin with a shot, but just goes wide, and it remains 1-0 with 13:28 left. O'Mara gives it up to Myers, who just dumps it into his zone. Into the zone, I should say. And Mercyhurst has the puck and skates up the ice. O'Mara stick lifts his defender and is able to come away, his Mercyhurst forward, as a referee is tripped up there, trying to get out of the way, and he comes away unharmed, and the puck is on the opposite side of the rink. Now with Mercyhurst, and then again now with Oswego State's Weisberger. Tip by Oswego State into the zone to avoid the icing, as Mercyhurst has the opportunity to pass it and get it up the ice, with Ryan Redmond coming in, sacrificial block from Simonek to keep the puck out of harm's way for Parapezgo, as Chapin hits it just to get it out of his personal space. Mercyhurst will dump it in. Lakers know what's on the line here, as they keep sacrificing the body to block passes and block shots, stepping up for one another. Mooney cannot get a shot off, as the referee tells the players to get up to avoid an interference call, or a Walsh now with the puck, passes it once again behind the net over to Simonek. Simonek skates behind the cage, and goes over to Matro. Just a little bit ahead of Matro, as Buckman holds onto the puck. Mercyhurst tries to slide it to the slot, but Chase Nees cuts it off with Nick Matro right in front of him, who just dumps it in, with CJ Walsh trying to recover. Nees goes right past Nees, actually, and Cup has it at the point and passes it down to Matro. Tries to give it to Nees, but it's just a little too light of a pass and cannot get it on his stick. Mercyhurst now with a couple men in their offensive zone, just skating around, trying to pass around, but it's cut off by Cup after a little deflection from Nees. Lemieux now with the puck, trying to get into center over to Carey, but cannot get a firm stick on it, as a couple players do fall down. Carey cannot get a stick on it, and it just leaves the zone as Wands merely dumps it in, slaps it in, and goes all the way around. Mercyhurst now in their defensive zone with 10:30 remaining in the period. Lakers do lead 1-0. Cup hits it over to Myers. Myers skates it in, gets a shot off into the glove of Wager with a little bobble, but he is able to recover. 10:18 remaining in the third period. Oswego Lakers still lead 1-0 over the Mercyhurst Lakers, with a 32 shot advantage over Mercyhurst 16, double the shots, and only one more goal than the Blue Lakers. Myers trying to get the puck from his marked men. Eventually does. He gives it over to Marvin in the slot. Takes a shot right into the chest of Wager. McNamara is almost there and cannot get a stick on it to get the tap. Marvin now recovers in the corner. Gives it over all the way to the other side. Tries to actually give it to Myers, but it's cut off. And Weisberger cannot hold on to it as Mercyhurst beats the icing. A hard hit by Weisberger into the boards, and there is going to be a penalty as soon as Oswego State takes possession of it, and there's the extra man out for Mercyhurst. An empty net the other side, but McNamara will touch it, and Oswego State will get the penalty. Weisberger with a cross-check call with 9:31 remaining in the period. Lakers will go down a man for the next 2 minutes, barring, once again, Mercyhurst does not score to tie the game. 33 shots now for the Lakers compared to the Mercyhurst remaining 16. Oswego State has not let up a power play goal yet, obviously, in this game at least, as they are up by 1 with Mercyhurst not scoring at all, as Oswego State dumps it all, clears it all the way down to start the power play. Mercyhurst passing it around now, looking for a shot. McKenzie passes it down. McKenzie with it again at the point, and just keeps passing over to Jobin this time. Now with McKenzie again, and over to Nishino. Back to McKenzie, who stops it. And there is blocked by Parapesco, diving around to try to stop it. Oh, and in the slot, cannot get a shot off. And there is a whistle blown to stoppage. It looks like it was under a player. See if there's a penalty or if it's just a stoppage in play. Looks like just a mere stoppage in play as it was under Guibert. And the puck was frozen with 8:46 remaining in the period, 1:15 remaining on the power play from Mercyhurst University. Oswego State able to clear, almost clear actually. Cup not able to get all of it, but it's as it's blocked by a defender from Mercyhurst, but Chase Nees is able to cover and clear it down. 1 minute remaining on the power play. 8:30 left to go in the period. Oswego State being a little more defensive than forechecking just so they don't actually accidentally lose a man. As it goes to the point for Mercyhurst, a fake slap shot, but it's just going to be passed over to McKenzie, who takes a shot and is stopped by the blocker of Parapesco. McKenzie with it once again, passes it behind to Jobin. Jobin tries to get it over to Nishino, but cannot. Chase Nees trying to stick with his defender, or his opposing man, to clear it, but cannot. But it does leave the zone. Cup is able to get it out after a little physical contact with his player. Cup has the puck now as Oswego State is about to return to even strength in the next couple of seconds. And they do, unharmed. 7:30 remaining in the period. Lakers still lead 1-0 over Mercyhurst University. Shot from from Wands into the zone, but it goes over the cage and Mercyhurst recovers. And now is with Fry over to Civilodi, and it clears the zone. Mercyhurst just passing around now, trying to get up there, but it is tipped into C.J. Walsh's stick, who clears it down, and there will be no icing on the play there. Just under the stick of Mooney, who could not get it. Mercyhurst still has possession. Mooney able to pass it backwards now a little bit. Can't get it for the second pass, however, as he's knocked off the puck, but Maitre will recover and pass it over to Walsh. Walsh will hold onto it and just slap it into the zone, into the glove of Wager, who holds onto it. Looks like he wanted to drop it into a player, but just held onto it instead. 6:29 remaining in the period. Final period, I should say, of regulation at least. Lakers still leading 1-0. Faceoff's going to be on the near side with Luke Myers on the draw for Oswego State and William Carr on the faceoff for Mercyhurst. Mercyhurst comes away with it after it looked like Myers might have gotten a little more of that, but it's just dumped back in by Oswego State's Martin Simonek. Walsh now with it. Tripped up a little bit, and there will be a penalty called as soon as Mercyhurst has possession. Empty net for Oswego State. And it is going to be picked up by Mercyhurst, who is called on a tripping penalty. 6:10 remaining in the regulation period with Tyler Bueme heading into the penalty box. Once again, a tripping call. Oswego State heads back on the power play. Haven't been successful on the power play really yet all year. They haven't been able to take advantage of the man advantage. They were able to take an advantage of the man disadvantage when they scored shorthanded C.J. Walsh yesterday versus Canisius, but had not been able to take advantage of the 5-on-4. McNamara tries to hold onto it, but it's given to Mercyhurst, who's going to try to skate up the ice with it, and it's shot into the end of their zone in order to try to tie this game up with 1:45 remaining on the penalty. 5:50 remaining in the period. Carey with it over to Marvin. Marvin now skates in, takes a shot, blocked by Wager into the end boards, and Myers now recovers near the point. Point pass to Chapin, now over to Marvin. Marvin skates around his defenders, and now it's with McNamara. McNamara keeps skating around. It gives it to Carey, who gives it to Chapin, who shoots it right into the chest of Wager, right in the slot. Carey now gives it over to Myers, almost to Chapin's stick, but cannot get it in net. Cleared down by Mercyhurst University with 1 minute remaining on the penalty, around 5 minutes, actually is 5 minutes remaining in the period. Oswego State clears it into their zone. Almost a high stick from Myers, but he cannot make contact as it goes back into the zone for Oswego State. Cup will hold on to the puck and wait for his teammates to reset and get a full rush going. Now with Mooney, cannot hold on to it despite trying to stick handle around his defenseman. Stopped by Parapesco, who just passes it off to Matro. Matro now with it over to Mooney. Mooney brings it into the zone, looks for a player to pass to. Almost gives it to Lemieux, but is tipped by Mercyhurst University. Kept in by Cup with 8 seconds remaining on the penalty. Matro now with Cup at the point. And now with Mooney, Mercyhurst University will remain on, will return to even strength, as I should say. And Mooney takes a shot and goes into the chest of Wager. 4:03 remaining in the period. Mercyhurst still perfect on the penalty kill, but Oswego State still at 0% on the power play for the entire season, which should be a little concerning for Coach Timmons and his staff, but hopefully should come with time as it's cleared out of the zone to 4 minutes remaining in the period. Opportunity now for Mercyhurst, but it just goes wide after a backhanded shot from Ryan Redmond. Doesn't even touch Parapesco, but Oswego State will grab it as it's given to Wallace. Wallace passes it back to Wands, and now with Cup. Cup slides it up to R.J. Smith, and as Hubert just hits it down the ice, and there will be an icing on the play. .336 remaining in the period. Oswego State still leading Mercyhurst University 1-0. 37 shots for Oswego State compared to Mercyhurst's 19. And they look to finish this one out in a very much low-scoring game compared to the past two games. Stopped by Parapesco after a shot from McKenzie at the point. Oswego State had 5 goals in the game against Canisius and also scored 6 against Cornell. A win and a loss. And this one might be a little closer at 1-0. We will be able to keep an eye on Mercyhurst's goaltender in the next couple of minutes, wager to see if he is pulled, barring Mercyhurst does not score after a shot from Parapesco. Marvin with a semi-high stick, not called a high stick, however, but it's kept with Myers, who just puts it into the zone and tries to chase after it. A hit from Myers. It is going to be an icing for Mercyhurst University as TJ Walsh wins the race to the puck, and it'll go back down to the left, to our right, I should say, on the right side of the cage. Chris Simmons trying to get a face-off play going. Doesn't look like it was exactly what he wanted based off his hand motions, but Oswego State does have the puck as Matro just passes it around, wraps it around the goal, and Mooney recovers. Mooney over to Chapin, down to Matro once again. Matro with the puck, and over to Chapin. Chapin behind the net, looking for someone right in the slot, cannot get there. Matro with it, and will push it a little bit towards the middle, but is recovered by Mercyhurst University. It is once again going to be an icing. TJ Walsh wins the race, and the whistle is blown despite Mercyhurst pleading. Mercyhurst trying to get a couple extra players out there, but the referees do catch them and return the 5 original players that are out there for the icing. 2:33 remaining in the period. 21 shots now for Mercyhurst compared to the Oswego State's 37. However, the White Lakers still lead the Blue Lakers 1-0. There is going to be a timeout called. I'm not exactly sure who it was called by. It looks like it might have been called by Oswego State, looking to preserve this 1-goal lead. We'll take this moment to announce the next games for Oswego State. Like I said earlier, Oswego State will be heading to Rutgers University in New Jersey on October 5th and 6th for a couple more NECHL matchups. We, like I said before, also will not be going down to New Jersey with the team. We do not have that luxury. However, we will be back the next weekend, the 13th and 14th. Can't remember exactly who they play that weekend, but we will be back as they return to the Morano Campus Center Ice Arena. Mercyhurst University will head to Adrian College on October 13th and 14th. They have this weekend off for a couple more matchups. From what I saw, I believe Adrian hadn't played yet. I could be wrong, however. Adrian, a strong NCAA team, at least on the women's side for Division III, where Oswego State women's hockey also plays, similar to the men's. As Luke Myers is at the center for Oswego State, who will take the draw and come away with it. McNamara with the shot, but just goes wide. Pass from Wands over to McNamara, off the shoulder of Myers, who tries to get it up front, but cannot, as Mercyhurst takes the puck back with 2:15 remaining in the game in the period. Myers now with the puck, goes behind the net looking for someone to pass to, cannot find anyone open, and he'll lose the puck to Mercyhurst. Marvin tries to battle for it, but cannot hold on to it. McNamara now trying to keep the puck in the zone. Scrumming with it along with Myers, but can't, as Mercyhurst comes away with it with Noise, passing it up to Joey Ayademarco. Ayademarco with the puck. Off his puck a little bit, knocked off, as Cup takes advantage of it, but tries to give it over to Wands, but cannot, as McNamara tries to get to it once again, but this time it's grabbed by Wands. Clears it out of the zone with 1:25 remaining in the period. Stopped by Cup after a just attempted shot, and that will go into the scoring table as our 4-man crew in the box just try to get out of the way of the puck. 4 men, including our statistician, and 3 of the scratch players who help out, just standing there getting out of the way of the puck, as they are not wearing any protective gear down there. They shouldn't have to with the glass around, but there is an open top, which is sometimes of concern. 1:16 remaining in the regulation period with Knees at the faceoff along with Ryan Redmond. Mercyhurst wins the faceoff with a shot from Mercyhurst University's Jake Peters, but is stopped by Parapetsko's glove high up. Once again, a faceoff between Knees and Redmond. It looks like it's going to be another timeout. It looks like this one was called once again by Oswego State. Maybe Mercyhurst. I did not see the referee's hand motion to say what side called it. However, this is the second timeout called within around a minute, I'd say, as both teams figure out the game plan for the next minute and 13 seconds, at least. Mercyhurst University still trailing the Oswego State 1-0. A lot closer game, even despite the 1-goal game from Oswego State yesterday against Canisius College. A 6-1 victory on Friday against Cornell, and then a 6-5 victory loss to Canisius. But there's a lot more goals scored and a lot more disparity throughout them. The Lakers eventually led 5-3 at one point, but gave up the loss after the 5-minute major to Sean O'Neill. O'Neill scratched today. 5-minute major in the game misconduct at the end of the game really did cause the Lakers to suffer. Gave up the 3 goals after, between there and after there. But this is a lot less eventful game, a lot less penalties, that's for sure, and a lot less goals for either side. On the near side for Oswego State's in the Oswego State zone for the faceoff, and we'll now have a couple new players at the circle. Stopped by Oswego State. Chris Carey just tries to get it out of there, but cannot, as it's stopped by Mercyhurst University. Now with 1 minute remaining in the regulation period. Lakers still leading. Oswego State Lakers still leading 1-0. Chris Carey tries to grab a stick on it, but cannot, as a shot from Mercyhurst University just goes wide. Parapetsko did not see it as he was screened. Clears the zone. And it will be whistled offside. I was waiting to see if Mercyhurst would touch it, and they do. And it goes offside by just a hair. Excellent eyes by the linesman near us. Going to be a puck drop at the far circle near Oswego State zone with 45 seconds remaining in the period. Mercyhurst wins the faceoff. Just dumps it in right over Parapetsko's shoulder. At the point now, a slap shot, and it goes over the net once again. At the point, thrown in, hits Carey's end of the stick, or his hand rather. And a hit goes into Parapetsko, and it's frozen. Almost grabbed again by Mercyhurst, and it is from Noyes, but cannot hold on to it as he shoots it. Cleared down by Oswego State with the last 10 seconds, and it is going to be an icing. There is an empty net. 9.7 seconds remaining. There's an empty net. I did not see Wager leave. But there is now a 6-on-5 advantage for Mercyhurst University for the next 9 seconds as they trail by 1. At the far sides, at the far circle for Oswego State, and for most likely the last faceoff of the game, as they will try to preserve this 1-goal lead. Oswego State comes away with it in the last 5 seconds. Mercyhurst now with it, but cannot hold possession. Pass to the slot, lost stick, and it expires. Oswego State with the 1-0 victory over Mercyhurst University. A little post-play commotion between the 16s of each team, Matro of Oswego State and Jonah Jobin. However, Oswego State comes away with the win. After 60 minutes of play, Oswego State takes the 1-0 lead over, or 1-0 win over Mercyhurst University, and they take home the ship wheel in this Lakers showdown. The lone goal for Oswego State, as the players shake hands, comes from C.J. Walsh after being given the assist from Guillaume Herbert. Dan Parapesco, in his first start for Oswego State, has his first shutout with a 24 save shutout. Wager with a great game himself, stopping 36 of 37 shots. A great amount of shots the Oswego State Lakers had as well. That'll about wrap it up for us here on YouTube Live with Oswego ACHA hockey. Well, we unfortunately won't be around this weekend, like as they travel to Rutgers University. However, we'll be back next weekend, October 13th and 14th, with a couple more Oswego games, and we'll let you know how the team does against Rutgers, and see if they recover after the weekend. I'm Ben Grigo alongside Jerry Pritchard. Jerry Pritchard will be on the color commentary next weekend as we wrap up here. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.